Hey guys, how we doing? So two more key issues that could do with our attention are the attempts for the government to try and roll out artificial fluoride to the entire UK water supplies. We really don't want that. If you don't know why, go to the Fluoride Free Alliance UK page and just check out some of the content on there. Lord Ray yesterday smashed it up in the House of Lords and it gave a very lengthy speech about why the fluoridization of our water supplies is a very bad idea. Big ups to him in that den of vipers, and he did a good job. And also something that is pressing, that is also got a time limit on it, is they are trying to change the human rights, if that's even such a thing. They're coming after our human rights because obviously that scares them. They don't want us to have rights, but we do because we're human and we have rights. But yeah, there's a consultation and the deadline is on the 18th of March. Go to the Open1 information channel on Telegram, link in the bio if you want to have the clickable link, the easy link, as Instagram's pretty terrible for links. But then there's a great piece as well by the Lawyers of Light, and they've got a lengthy sort of, their depiction of what they think some of the worst parts are, and it's really good. So you can read that there as well. Highly advise you check that out. And if you aren't already on Telegram, it's such a useful app because of the link sharing function. The censorship is a lot better on there. I'm not going to say it's non-existent, but sometimes I do feel like their hand is forced by the dark forces. From my experience anyway, I haven't ever had anything taken down because I've been posting against the narrative, but there is many dark forces or powerful dark forces trying to attack Telegram any way they can, because of its mostly censorship-free usage as a platform. And also, I've just got a bit of a story here for you as well, because if you have been following what I've been doing with Open1, we have been going international, and there's multiple channels now set up. We've got Open1 France, got Open1 USA, and Open1 Canada, and Open1 Oceania. Now, I met, thankfully, through this incredible network, a couple of really good American activists, and one of them I was speaking to, and he was saying, really funny story, right? He was saying that he only just recently woke up like a year or so ago, and he was a bit late to the party, his own words. And get this, he was so much in the narrative, he was double masked, he was wearing gloves in the supermarket, he was bringing his vegetables home and washing them. He was that, in the fucking narrative, right? And I think it was like maybe even May or March 2021. He was still on that level. And now I'm speaking to him, and he's about to host an event in his local area, and he's going to be talking, and he has all these other people that are, on the path, awakened, going to be talking at this event. And there's going to be about 400 people there, and most of them, I assume, are going to be on the path already. Maybe a few completely unawakened people, but... And he was saying he's a quick learner and he's that well researched that he's got a bet that if anybody can disprove what he's saying, he's got these 5 things, that they get $100 each. But that's each person, so he's got quite a lot of money on the line here. But he's so confident in what he's researched and what he knows, he's put this money on the table. But that shows you how quickly people can turn shit around, right? So still, I'd say there are some people that are basically hopeless. There's no amount of shouting or screaming. There's just nothing you can do for these people. But then there are a lot of other people that are just sort of waiting for the right perspective to be put across in the right way. But you sort of got to wait for people to get there themselves. You just can't slap someone around the face and say, "Wake up, motherfucker! Look at this." It doesn't quite work. I've tried that, not with the actual slapping of the face, but when I first woke up 10 years ago, I went through this romantic rebellious phase where I was literally everyone in my reality. I was like, "Hey, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this, 9/11, blah, blah, blah." I even ruined a few family dinners and, definitely tainted some relationships with my family for going down this route. But it was just where I was at, anyone I see, anywhere, there was no escape. Anyone, even at trains, at parties, everywhere. So I think I've gotten better at my approach, and for the most part, though, I do just now focus most of my efforts, nearly all, on people who are already awake but just need to evolve, because that's where I think we're at as well, right? You wake up, and you start to realize all these things. The government's corrupt. It's usually one of the first places people start, but then it doesn't stop there. That's just literally the beginning, and then there's this whole beautiful unfoldment of the journey of awakening and evolving that progresses from that point. Most people seem to get into personal development as well from that point as well, if they haven't been already. Some people may have already been into that, but if they weren't, then that becomes a part of reality, because it's like there's only so much you can do externally. You have to take things internally as well to then be better at fighting externally, right? And then some other people go even further. They take it into spirituality and they progress like that. And yeah, that's where I think we're at right now. I think it's a really good time now to, if you haven't already, to start getting into personal development, start getting to better know yourself. It's something that it's been a big part of my life for many years. I sort of put it on the back burner a little bit because I went into almost emergency mode in, sort of late 20, about middle of 2020. I took my focus away from my other videos that I was doing that are more philosophical and spiritual and personal development based, into activism, and I really focused on that. And then 2021 January, fucking boom, the great reopening, and my life became activism, and that entire year, I'd say, was written off to activism, and I loved it. I'm not, written off probably isn't the right term. I loved it. It was an incredible experience, although really, really challenging, being thrown into being a leader of the movement like that. And it was a hell of a journey, and I went for some big projects. Some things were successful, some things weren't. I've met some amazing people along the way, and the journey's been incredible. So it's been a really, really amazing journey for me, and I'm sitting here at the beginning of 2020 like, wow, okay, what a journey. And it just seems to keep getting more interesting and culminating and transforming in beautiful different ways. And now I'm doing life coaching now, and I'm just like, I've got a bit of a taste for that, and I'm loving it. I'm just having these consultations with people, and I can just see a bit of joy in their eyes when I start to make them realize that maybe their dreams are possible, or they could, try this and see how that goes. And it's just to have that neutral perspective from the outside that's like giving this advice. It can be really powerful. When I received life coaching, it was just someone who was like a neutral perspective, but I just needed a bit of confidence boost. And then they said a few things, and it was just like, wow. I was like, oh yeah, I can do this. And it was really inspiring. So personally, I'm really, I've had a really good start to this year in 2020. I hope you are too, and we can keep up this momentum. And like I mentioned at the start of this video, there are two really key issues for us to focus on. If you're still in the activism mindset, which I imagine many of us are, and we have this really powerful collective energy, and we're going to stop the rollout of fluoride in our water supplies, and then we've got to make sure that we keep, or should we say, they never really go anywhere. It's just they try and take them away, or try and give us the illusion that they can take them away. Our human rights, our God-given rights, if you like, if you want to bring in the spiritual realm. I'm not a Christian, but I do believe in this greater, wider energy, if you like to call it, whatever you want to label it. I like the word God. It's a bit loaded because of, religion, but I think it's a really easy, short word to describe this amazing, incredible energy that we're all a part of. So, yeah, I'm feeling the vibes, guys. I hope you are too. We've had many victories so far this year, and let's keep it up, UK. Let's lead the way and show the world how it's done. People look up to what's going on here. They see that, the UK, England specifically, because of, many of the mandates and stuff, and COVID passports getting rid of here. We're really, really leading the way, even in the UK. England is smashing it. And many countries around the world look at that and they're like, I want a taste of that. So let's keep going.